Hi there everyone, it's Misty here from TheJollyFatElf. Happy Wednesday. Thank you so much for joining me today. It is rainy and wet here in Dallas, Texas, but I'm in a good mood and got up and put some makeup on my face because today I am finally crafting with the cupcake stamp from Anthony's Papercraft. If you missed it, a couple of weeks ago I posted a haul and then I also had a giveaway and I said I'm going to color these cupcakes, and now we're finally there. So initially I wanted to do a one stamp 3 ways and I normally do those in one video, but today's card was a little more involved. I did some masking, I did some stamping, I did some stenciling, I did all sorts of things. So today you're going to get the first card, and then Friday you're going to get hopefully 2 more cards. So today's card, I wanted a unicorn palette, color palette. So if you get on Amazon, the colors in my craft room are purple, coral, and aqua. Well, when you search for that, like decorations in Amazon, it's going to pull up a bunch of party decorations. And some of them are unicorn themed or mermaid themed, and they give you really cute color combinations. So when I sat down to film this video, I was like, and do these cupcakes, I was like, I really want a kind of unicorn type of color palette. So I have aqua or turquoise, I have purple, I have pink, I have a little bit of lime, like a limey green, and then I have a little bit of baby blue. So yeah, I'm really excited. I hope you guys are too. If you're new here, thank you so much for joining me. Make sure you hit the subscribe button, become an Elfie. I will be announcing my new Patreon rewards in a video coming soon. So if you're interested in that, I am absolutely not leaving YouTube. You don't have to come pay, but if you want to come hang out with me on Patreon, I was hoping to announce them yesterday, but I'll probably do it this weekend. In this video, there's a lot of coloring. So what I'm going to start doing, and what I've already been doing, is Copic coloring is going to be posted on Saturdays. It'll be in real time. It's sexy music. That way you can listen and watch. You can speed it up if you want to, but not everybody wants to sit through, you know, a 30-minute video every time. So I'm going to try to keep most of them under 20 minutes if I can. I can't always promise that will work, but it's my goal. So enough of that. Let's head over to my craft table and we'll get started on these really cute cards. All right, everyone, I am making a slim line card today. So I started with a piece of white that measures 3 1/4 by 8 1/4. And then I am stamping these cupcakes using the Gina K ink. I'm having a little issue with that one because of where it's placed on the stamparatus. So after I stamped it the first time, I went ahead and stamped without re-inking on a piece of the Eclipse masking paper. You can find this on Amazon. It's my favorite. You'll see me later show the Gina K Magic, whatever it's called. I didn't care for that one. The main reason why I didn't is here you can see me stamp, and the mask stays put. On the Gina K one, it came right up. So I had a couple of issues with that, so that's why I switched back to the Eclipse. The only reason why I had that Gina K is because it came in, I think it came in a Simon Says stamp kit a few years, like last year before last. Okay, so I wanted 5 cupcakes, and I wanted the plain ones, then I wanted the one with the candles because I'm making a birthday card. And as I mentioned in my intro, I really wanted a unicorn color scheme. So if you go to Amazon and you type unicorn party, you'll find what I'm looking for or talking about. And I even considered making unicorn faces on these, but I decided not to. So I'm going through and I'm picking my colors. I'm just showing you guys. You guys have seen me do this before. I really need to make sure that I keep track of my favorite color combos because I end up just throwing these in recycling and then forgetting what I use. So you can pause the video here if you're interested in the colors. This video, like I said, will be up on Saturday in real time, but for now we're going to color sped up. I'm starting with the strawberry. I'm using 4 colors on the strawberry, and I started with the darkest where it would be inside of the frosting, and then the lightest where it's at the top. So if you missed my video on Anthony's paper crafts, I will have it linked on the Inslate. Like I said, the giveaway is over, and the giveaway person should have received her stamp by now. Maybe not. I can't remember what day they went in the mail. I think they went in the mail on Saturday. So yeah, this stamp set is so great. And what's the thing I love the most about it is the illustrator has given you the lines to show you where it needs to be darkest. So especially on the smaller cupcakes where there are more lines, that's where you would put your shadow. So that's one way that you can do this. So like I said, my color palette is like a turquoisey aqua. Then we have some pink, purple, lime green, and then a little bit of like a baby blue color. I do wish that I had lighter purple. I just don't have very many violets or blue violets. I can't remember who it was, but someone advised me that the blue violets fade really quickly. Copics aren't, what's the word? Light. Fade. They can fade. Like they're not archival, like not meaning they'll last forever. So, which is not a big deal because not everybody keeps cards for forever, but it also means that some light fast. That's the word I'm looking for, I think. So anyway, just so you know, I did place an order for some more from Scrapbook Pal. I think I mentioned them in the last video. I ordered them and they ship the same day and they'll be here by Thursday. They'll probably be here tomorrow if I had to guess. But yeah, so I got more yellows and yellow reds. I bought the, I think I mentioned I bought the chows and those. And then I have completed my collection of violet, red, violet, and red. And those were in the sketch markers. So I'm really excited to have a few more colors to play with. So here's the purple. And like I said, it's a bit darker than what I wanted, but I didn't have a combo that was purple, like lilac. I wanted something that wasn't so gray. Like I felt like the blue violets and the violets that I have in my collection were a bit more gray, and I wanted something a bit more vibrant. So I colored the bow with the purple, then I'm coloring the cupcake with the purple, and then I'm going to color one of the cupcake liners with the purple. This makes me want cupcake real bad. I'm not a huge sweet person. I'm really not. But I love cupcakes, and I especially love the cupcakes from Tom Thumb. I think Tom Thumb is also like Randall's and Fred Meyer. Maybe Fred Meyer is more Kroger. I don't know. Tom Thumb. But they are so good. And I used to not be someone who liked buttercream. I preferred the whipped icing. I know people are like, that's horrible. I loved it, especially out of a refrigerator. But a couple of years ago, we were having a baby shower for one of my teachers. And I bought the cupcakes, and they were so good. So good. And I think the reason why I like them so much is sometimes, like people make buttercream and it's really gritty, and I just don't like the texture. But Tom Thumb's cupcakes, they're just so good. Like the cake part is good. The frosting is good. Rob and I just had some a couple of weeks ago. I was like, I really need a cupcake real bad. So he went and bought us some cupcakes. And I like to eat it like a sandwich. That way it's not so messy. So I pull off the bottom half of the cupcake, mesh it on top of the frosting, and eat it like a hamburger. But it's a cupcake. I don't really have a huge sweet tooth. I'm very much someone who likes savory more than sweet. But when I get a hankering for something sweet, I want something sweet. So here I'm using my yellow greens to color this. Later you're going to see me bring in a color that makes it dull, and I hate that I even did that, but I wasn't about to start all over. This took me an hour and a half real time to create from start to finish. I did have to redo it because of that masking paper, but yeah. It took a while. And if you may do it a little bit quicker than I did. I'm a very slow colorer, just because it takes me a while to do much of anything with the way my hands are. So you may be someone who could color this a bit quicker than me. But yeah, it took me a hot minute. But you know what? I just threw on some YouTube videos, and I had, I was in my craft room. Rob's working. Roxy was somewhere. She may have been here, may not have been in here. I don't even remember. and I just color. And you could do this, in the living room if you have room, or if while you're watching TV, have something going in the background. I've been watching Soap. If you guys missed it, I still have that coupon code going for Heather's shop, and I'll try to remember to link her shop down below. I talked about it in a different video where I talked about soap. Anyway, her soaps are fantastic. And so I've still been watching soap making videos. But yeah, so I've only made cupcakes at home a few times. Like I said, I'm not a huge sweets person. But they're so pretty. And I went to Sprinkles. My friend took me to Sprinkles one time for the very first time for my birthday. And I just wasn't impressed. So if you love Sprinkles, I apologize. But I don't know. I just didn't care for it. So I mentioned in Monday's video that I love the pumpkin scones from Starbucks. That day, Rob went and got me one. He was like, because he had to run, I don't remember what he was doing, but he had to run an errand. I was like, will you get me a pumpkin scone at Starbucks? He's like, are you sure? And I was like, yeah. I was like, it'll be my last one. I'll be good after that. But I've got to find a low carb recipe that is similar, because that and a pumpkin roll, oh my word. I don't even really care for pumpkin, but those two things, I think it's more of like, I think for the one from Starbucks, it's more about the spiciness of it, and then the glaze is just the frosting, whatever you want to call it. It's just so good. And the scone part, it doesn't really have a scone texture to me. At least any of the scones I've ever had, it has more of a kind of like a, I don't know. I don't even know what to say. So I made chocolate cupcakes, even though chocolate cupcakes are not my favorite. Chocolate isn't my favorite. The only way I do like chocolate, though, is chocolate cake, or like if I'm going to have chocolate, I would prefer it be cupcakes, not like a cake or anything like that. And definitely not red velvet. Keep that away from me. Y'all can have that. Maybe I like the cream cheese frosting because I love carrot cake. Love it so much. Okay, so I skipped through this part, but you can see that I stamped a few more masks, and I redid the one in the middle just so they would be completely covered, because I want to do some stenciling. So I have a piece of lamination underneath that I just ran through the laminating pouch through my laminator. And then I have this dot stencil from Stampin' Up. I think this came in a pack. Anyway, I've put that on the diagonal. I don't know if it helps because it's dots, but it helped in my brain. And I am using some inks from Gina K. Now, this one I started with was something lavender, lovely lavender, something lavender, or lilac. I don't remember. But it was almost dry. Like, it was brand new. I literally just took the tape off of it to use it, and it was already kind of dried out. So I brought in a deeper purple, and I'm adding that. I don't know what color it is. I'm sorry. I don't keep track of it. But I wanted to fade from the purple to the pink to the blue. And I didn't want it to go all the way up. I really wanted it to fade. So I really feel like I accomplished that. So I'm just lining up the circles or the dots, whatever you want to call it. And then I'm adding a bit more of this blue, which turned out to be really, really pretty. I really love it. This is probably the favorite part of the card, minus the stamping. So I brought in my brushes and I kind of added a bit more background color, just because I didn't want it to be stark white underneath. I wanted a bit more color. And so yeah, and I feel like it kind of grounded the cupcakes too, without me having to add something underneath them, like a shadow or something like that. So wait, here comes the magic. The magic's about to happen. The best part of this is removing the mask. Oh, I'm picking paper first. So I picked this paper from My Favorite Things. This may be their snow cone color. I don't really know. This came in that paper pack that I got when I got the card kit. You guys remember? I think they have a new release coming tomorrow. Okay, so here we go. I cut the paper wrong. So when you're cutting a slimline card, you need to cut it on the landscape side at 7 and then score it at 3.5. And I cut it completely wrong. And then I cut the inside panel wrong too. So the inside panel should be 3.25 by 8.25, because the folded card measures 3.5 by 8.5. So I screwed up a little bit. Again, we're crafting in real life around here. I just lifted it up a little bit. I was not going to pull it off. I thought about it for a minute, but I didn't want to rip the cardstock underneath because this is the only piece of this color that I had. And I was like, not worth it. It's not worth it. So I'm just using some adhesive to put this down flat. And then now we're going to remove the mask. Look at that. It's so, I love it. Love it, love it. So I brought in a blender pen, and I'm saving these masks. You see me putting them on there because I can use those again. So this is a blender pen, and since the ink in the background is water-based because it's dye-based ink, you can use the blender pen to blend it. You can even do this with your distress inks, either the oxides or the inks, and it would work too. So here I'm making a little bit of a flame. I considered having the light go down on the other cupcakes, but I decided that no, we're not doing that. So this is that scrap piece. I'm going to go ahead and bring in the happy birthday sentiment, and I am going to heat emboss this with white. So I'm using my embossing buddy from Stampin' Up, some Versamark ink, some white embossing powder, but unfortunately the video cut off right after this. I was a sad panda. Guys, I'm so sad. I was editing this video and it cut off the last part. So this is the end of the card. You guys can see I added my shimma, but then I added these cute little sprinkles. So these are just foam sprinkles that you can find on Amazon. Aren't they cute? This is kind of also where I pulled some of the colors from. I just dotted on some glue and I sprinkled them on. And aren't those so much fun? And then you can see I just cut out the sentiment and added it on with some glue dots. Not glue dots, Stampin' Dimensionals. So yeah, so thank you so much for joining me today. I really do appreciate you. Like I said, I will have at least 2 more cards using the stamp set for you next in the next video. Hopefully they won't be, I can't say that. They may be just as not intense. What is the word I'm looking for? Labor intensive. Oh my word. My brain is broken. But anyway, thank you guys so much for joining me today. Another huge thank you to Anthony for sending me this awesome stamp. I will have him linked down below. Make sure you go check it out. This stamp is in stock right now, so if you want it, go get it. And make sure you pick up some of those yummy Christmas stamps. You will definitely be seeing 1 or 2 of those in my upcoming holiday card series. All right, guys, I love you. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope you're having a fantastic day, week, month, wherever you are. I love you, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye for now.